I have been wanting to make this video for a very long time because I want to say, sometimes when we do an indefinite integral, if we forget the plus c at the very end, this right here is not that bad. Seriously. I've been a calculus teacher at a community college since 2013, and I can tell you, I have never taken away points from a student's quiz or an exam that if they just forget the plus c at the very end. There are other things to worry about. For example, if you forget the differential here, this is a lot worse than not having the plus c at the very end. And you might be wondering, what's wrong with the integral 1 over x being natural log absolute value of x plus c? Well, what if this right here, we are in the u world? If this is a du here, then this right here is horribly wrong. Yeah, and then in my opinion, the plus c really matters when we have an initial condition, especially when we wanted to solve a differential equation. So if I really want the students to remember the plus c, I give them differential equations. Also, let's take a look at this one. What if we have the integral 1 over x dx, and let's say the student doesn't know how to get the answer for that, and they just maybe put on like a happy face, and then they remember the plus c. Do you think that we should give them partial credits? Of course not. I have never given any points if they just put on plus c on the test. So it's like, okay, I'm not going to take away points if you forget the plus c. In the meantime, I'm also not going to give you partial credits if you have the plus c as well. So yeah, I think that's how we can make this fair. Anyways though, let me give you guys an example for this one right here real quick. Let's say the question is, we want to integrate 1 over x times the square root of x minus 1. First, we'll do u sub. Let u equal square root of x minus 1. And we can isolate x first and then differentiate. So square both sides and add 1 to both sides. X is equal to u squared plus 1. And then differentiate this, we get 2u du. Now, so far so good. Take this integral to the u world then, we get the integral of 1 over x is right here. And then we have the u, right? And then dx is 2u. And let's say we forget the du. Okay, this is good because we see that the u and u cancel out very nicely. So we can put a 2 to the front and then integral 1 over x. And we see that's just 2. And the integral 1 over x is ln absolute value of x. And yes, I remember the plus c. But how many points would you give me for this one right here? Not so many, right? Because from here to here, it's horribly wrong. Because we are in the u world. There's a du, there's a du, right? There's a du right here. We cannot integrate x in the u world. So what we have to do is change this, right? X is equal to u squared plus 1. So the answer is what? Inverse tangent of u from here. Right, so 2 inverse tangent of u. And I know people like to say I don't put down the plus c right here, but I just like to put down the plus c at the very, very end. I'm not completely done yet. This is 2 inverse tangent. U is square root of x minus 1. I'll put that down right here. And then I'm all done, so I'll put the plus c right here. Yes. So that's it. And you might be wondering, if the plus c doesn't really matter, then why am I wearing a plus c shirt? Well, of course, I also have a dx shirt right here. So yeah, don't worry about it.